Welcome back. Let's find out if we got anything wrong so far. For that, we'll go to TV's Andy Levy. So, Andy, how was your weekend?
That was good, Greg. Just some me time.
So, no more meetings?
I had a couple of video conferences, but since they came in and installed the 84-inch 3D TV last week, I didn't even have to leave my apartment.
Wow, that's a nice TV. How can you afford that?
Oh, it was a gift. Business thing, really. He had them install it so we can stay in touch.
He?
Yeah, he's very generous and much kinder than he's portrayed in the media.
Oh, well, good for you, Andy. I suppose you can do the halftime report now unless it's interfering with your other commitments.
No, it's all good. And look, after, you know, I'll be happy to help you guys out whenever I can.
Well, thanks for thinking of us, Andy.
I was just kidding.
Wow.
Greg Alog, McDonald's meeting. Michael, you said you view hate crimes as good intentions gone awry. But as someone named McDonald, do you take this personally?
I take everything personally.
But hearing something like hearing McDonald's hate crime has got to suck.
It does, and I'll be honest. I'm gonna leave here angrier than when I came.
Really?
You've got an unhappy meal.
Yes.
Is it because I'm Jewish, Michael?
Everything about you it pales in comparison to your Jewishness.
I don't know what that means.
Of course you wouldn't.
The rest of us do.
Yeah. Nick, you said hate crime legislation is bad because we don't need to give cops another reason to poke into people's minds. And I agree. I never understood how the government can punish people for what they think.
Right.
Yeah. And you pointed out that the notion of hate crimes gets into First Amendment territory, which I agree with. But I think it goes even further. It gets into the Orwellian notion of thought crimes, doesn't it?
Yes, but you know what it stays clear of?
What's that?
Speech being used as a
muffin.
Nick.
Number 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna be a lot of muffins on this show.
We can say that. It's a Supreme Court opinion.
I just want to go on the record as saying I prefer to use speech as a vibrator.
That might be acceptable.
Greg, please don't refer to a transgendered person as ballsy.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Just horrible. Horrible.
I meant that as a compliment.
Professors preach labor violence. Greg, you said the University of Missouri St. Louis and the University of Missouri Kansas City are two stupid schools. In fact, the University of Missouri Kansas City boasts several famous alums, including Supreme Court Justice Charles Evans Whitaker, former Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Donald Fair, and actress Edie McClurg.
You know, I was about to laugh at you, but when you mentioned Edie McClurg.
No, and I should point out that Michael McDonald was in Dickie Roberts' former child star with Edie McClurg, who was in She's Having a Baby with Kevin Bacon.
Yes, that's true.
Yep.
Is she a nice person?
She actually is a lovely person.
Yeah. And yet you did not stand up for
know
her
why?
when Greg insulted her school.
Yes. Yeah. You know, you're not much of a friend.
Yeah.
I'm a fair weather friend.
Yeah.
I would have stood by in a McDonald's and filmed something.
And University of Missouri St. Louis boasts, as an alum, Phyllis Smith, who plays Phyllis on The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I should point out that Michael McDonald was in Hideaway with Alicia Silverstone, who was in Butter with Phyllis Smith, which also features Eric Kelly McFarland, who was in Super with Kevin Bacon.
You pulled this up very quickly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have issues. Nick, you said for you, this is about the fact that they're professors, not the union part. My favorite part is that one of them, Don Giljam, is a member of the Communist Party. Isn't that cute?
It is very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that he has the freedom to be part of the Communist Party.
Of course you do.
And the freedom to watch Communist Party porn at almost any library.
Even in the library.
Yeah. Bill, the blurring in that video isn't called gauzing, it's called low-resolution video, I think.
Oh, I believe you're wrong on that one.
No, it's just crappy
You don't know
quality.
the business.
Apparently I
You
don't.
don't know the business.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
No, okay.
I'm speaking with a novice.
Okay. Porn okay at New York public libraries. Okay. Michael, you said there's a very fine line between viewing porn and masturbating. I don't think that line's all that fine.
Well, for me, like, I'm a foodie, so porn to me is Top Chef.
Sure.
And if Padma Lakshmi can't describe what an amuse-bouche is, then I'm moving to Rush.
You see, that's interesting because my favorite porn is Bottom Chef. So we should have a viewing party.
By the way, I don't think we can say moose-bouche on the show.
All right.
Yeah. Greg, you said the founding fathers were porn freaks.
I don't remember what I said.
Yeah, this is why you can't have the 5 p.m. slot.
Yes.
He has back pain.
Yes, I have back pain. And I'm medicating the back pain right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing something about it.
And you don't think the First Amendment covers pornography?
No, I don't think it covers anything that's intended to create a physical reaction as opposed to communicate an idea.
Because it says that right in the amendment, doesn't it? Congress shall pass no law unless it's intended to create a physical reaction, and then Congress can pass any law it wants,
if you want to look at what it says, it says speech. So if you want to limit it to words, okay, because that's what it technically says.
Congress shall pass no law.
And there's a whole,
Yeah. Not
infringing the right
Congress
of
shall pass
free speech.
some law.
So is free speech the same thing as holding up, say, a McDonald's with a gun? Is that free speech or expressing yourself? No, you have a whole history from the common law in England of what free speech is. I would not limit it to speech, but you're getting a lot warmer when you're talking about words as opposed to Debbie Does Dallas or
Actually, that gets me pretty warm.
I don't want to go back to the naughty word, but I think we're hitting a slippery slope here.
Slippery slopes are always a fraud.
They are. I agree with
If
you.
you can see what's at the top of the slope and what's at the bottom of the slope, then there's a difference,
I don't know what that means
which the
either.
law can incorporate.
But I don't think I'm the only one on the panel who's walking that thin line between arousal and conversation.
Well, also, you were talking about words. What was it causing a physical reaction?
Right.
The menu at McDonald's, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
May not be protected by the First Amendment. That doesn't mean it has to be banned. We're talking about what is protected by our precious Constitution.
Wow.
Wow. I was supposed to toss it back like 2 minutes ago, so.
Oh, really? Well, thanks, Andy.
Sure.
Coming up, James Spader is dead.
What?
Tired of being mistaken for Andrew McCarthy. But first. No, hey, it's a story we didn't get to last week. Something must be wrong with it. She's making a stink as she heads to the clink. Yep, People magazine, a publication, reports that Lindsay Lohan is ticked that she's been sentenced to 4 months in jail and 480 hours of community service. A judge found the 24-year-old sort of actress, who's accused of stealing a $2,500 necklace, in violation of her probation. Says the close friend she has them, quote, she's angry because she's been working so hard on turning her life around, and she didn't do what they said she did. She didn't steal that necklace. That may be true, but she did steal my heart and Herbie fully loaded. Anyway, let's discuss this in the always lovely
Lightning round. Lightning round.
Just annoying. And you've been on probation. You must feel for Lindsay. Is her punishment too harsh?
I was angry. I thought she should get the death penalty.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty harsh.
But she makes a good point.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. I don't think she needs any follow-up on that.
Yeah.
Just say that, hey, Michael, is this a travesty against mankind? She was turning her life around.
Was she? She was turning the world around so they wouldn't see what she was stealing, apparently. No, she's a troubled girl. Her mom did a wonderful job.
Yes. Yeah, her dad's great. She's got a lot of problems.
I'm hoping she gets adopted by Billy Ray Cyrus.
That would be a good idea.
Turn her around. And, you know, whenever I hear about shoplifters or stars going to jail, I always think of Robert Blake, the model citizen, who once was on a show that said, don't do the crime if you can't pay the time.
Yeah, he got away with it, didn't he?
Allegedly.
He got away with stealing our hearts, is what I'm saying. Bill, she's got to work at the morgue. Is that somehow fitting? Her career being...
She can visit her career.
Yeah, she can use some of her own Botox to spruce up the clientele.
She doesn't need Botox.
Oh, she uses something. Lindsay, this will be mugshot number 5. That's why I'd like for her to be part of my inaugural collection of mugshots. I'm going to be selling these on QVC. They're little decorative shot glasses with a handle on them, and they've got mugshots of various celebrities. And I want the entire line to just be Lindsay Lohan for the first selling. Sell them at $50 a pop. Lindsay, you're more than welcome to join me once you get out of the can, which is never.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is how your lack of business savvy. You don't own those pictures, Bill.
I don't only that, I have not trademarked the idea, and I have just revealed it to America, where someone will no doubt buy the website before tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not smart at this.
You're still giving after the joy.
Yes.
You still give.
I have no lawsuit now.
Next topic is a, quote, binge in a can being kept down by the man 17 state attorney generals are urging Snoop Dogg to stop promoting Colt 45's new blast beverages. The 23.5-ounce cans resemble and taste like a fruity soda, but have a whopping 12% alcohol content. Says Maryland Attorney General spokeswoman Raquel Guillory, quote, they're marketing it as a single serving when in reality it's 5 servings in a can. That's what makes America great, though, I think. Hey, Nick, here's the thing. That's what alcohol should look like.
Yeah.
Because isn't that how it makes you feel?
I think so. And, I've yet, speaking of celebrities who had brushes with the law, Snoop was found innocent of a murder, and I think he's going to have a killing on the blast. I think it's a great idea.
Well, a little wordplay there.
Murder was the case that they gave him.
Very little.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, if you were asked to promote such a beverage, would you?
Yes, and this would be my angle. We serve it in a large bottle or jar, whatever that is, and there's 5 servings in it, but we only use one thing because we're trying to be good for the environment. So I just play off one politically correct thing against another and then say, now, pick your children.
That's actually very smart. Also, there's all these statistics that show that families do not spend enough time together, and the fact that it's in one container.
Family that drinks together is a family that is often at my house.
Yes, exactly. And something tells me that in the day you would have been downing 6-packs of these. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say Michael is totally going to crush us at politically correct poker. That was excellent. But in defense of the company, they say that all of their ads say drink responsibly. And if you have a drink that's 12% alcohol named Blast being promoted by Snoop Dogg, I don't know what says drink responsibly more than that.
I got to tell you, he really does give back to the community.
Yes.
He does. All the things that he does. All those things.
All those things.
All those things.
That allows his communities to keep on communicating.
Exactly.
Yes.
The things that he does for them.
Yeah, he helps them continue to slur.
Those things.
Yes.
Phil, that new product has the same blood alcohol level as you. So apparently, if you ever need a transfusion.
You'd think I'd be for this. I am not.
Really?
1 out of 5 joy crimes caused against me, the leading cause is blast. I know this, Greg, because as I'm twitching on the ground, a crunched up can will go flying at my head.
Yes. That's usually from me.
Why
Yes.
did they beat you up?
Huh? Why not?
Bill gets beaten up on average once a year, usually almost to death.
I used to have a pretty nose, Ann. No more.
I shouldn't laugh at this, but seriously, why did they beat you up?
That's the nicest thing she's ever said.
I know.
I'm not going to laugh at you getting your ass kicked. Or at least try not to, because
So I
clearly
am
she's
in
laughing right now.
hysterics.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
At least you try.
We'll talk about this after the show. It's kind of sad. Time for another break. And remember to check out our new Red Eye podcast. There's a new one every day. We'll talk about it at the podcast. Catch them. Go to foxnewsradio.com and click on that thing down there. Red Eye. Tonight we talked about like TVs and movies and stuff. I think. So last week, in honor of Earth Day, CNN newsroom anchor TJ Holmes confessed his eco-sins to the audience. It was gorgeous.
Well, in today's XYZ, I'd like to confess my sins. I drive a Chevy Tahoe. It gets 15 miles to the gallon in the city. While some people have SUVs to haul their large families around, it's just me driving by myself to work every day. I have a number of TVs in my house, and I leave them on just about all day, every day. I buy 24 packs of bottled water at a time. Then I throw those bottles away without recycling.
It goes on for a while. Now, I give Holmes credit for admitting his green sins, and I wonder, should I do the same? Now, like TJ, I don't own a Chevy Tahoe. I drive this. Pretty nice. And while it normally gets 3 miles to the gallon, I get less because I pull a fully equipped snack cart. Like this. It makes hot dogs, warm pretzels, falafel, snow cones, and custard. Then I throw them away because I'm watching my carbs. Now, I live just blocks from Fox, but I drive to and from my home every day, but also when nature calls. See, I have gentleman's bladder, and since John Gibson's always in the bathroom checking his hair, I have no choice. Also because I have a cool bathroom at home. Check this out. Huh? Nice. Ooh. In the morning, like TJ, I turn the water on in the shower before heading down to grab breakfast. at McDonald's. So I'll drive there, leaving the water on. I know there's a Mickey D's a block away, but the manager has a love patch. So screw him. So I drive across town, and by the time I get home, the shower is piping hot. And yeah, I got lots of bottled water too, and I do throw them away without recycling, but mostly I throw them away without using them at all, because I hate it when they get warm. If only my refrigerator wasn't full of incandescent bulbs, but they last longer there. Read that somewhere. Speaking of, my house is solar powered. This is solar. They're a Latin jazz fusion band who deliver the natural gas needed to keep my place at a toasty 88. They also do assorted chores when they aren't crying and wishing they could go home. Anyway, happy belated Earth Day, TJ. You are an inspiration to us all. Bill, I go to you first because you have an interesting theory about why TJ did this. Why did TJ do this?
He doesn't care about Earth Day. He doesn't care about saving the world. He didn't even care about that presentation. He just wants to show all the chicks out there how much money he's making. I got a bunch of some big screen TVs. I drive a Chevy Tahoe. And clearly he's implying that he lives far away from disgusting New York. Someplace with a palatial mansion, no doubt. This guy just hasn't gotten laid in a while, Greg. And isn't that what it's all about to begin with?
Michael, did you do any plans for Earth Day?
No, I didn't. I, first of all, though, drive a hybrid.
Oh, nice.
So that makes me better than all of you.
So you drive a donkey?
And I recycle jokes.
That's good.
I recycle jokes.
Nicely done. And can you take this topic and tie it into one of your books?
Why, yes, I can. Here we have Godless. That was the most magnificent speech. I could watch that all day, and the only thing that would be better is if he ended it by saying, oh, yeah, and in 1993, North Carolina.
I'm not even.
Oh, you could see it in his eyes.
And then the other CNN people go, bygones.
Yeah. Last word to you, Nick. How did you spend your Earth Day?
I don't remember because I was too busy making a big mess out of everything. But I was going to say, after watching TJ, I think even the crying Indian was laughing. And I wonder, what would TJ do about the Buddhist monks who set themselves on fire during the Vietnam War? I mean, is that like really blowing your carbon footprint?
I don't want to be politically correct and sort of correct what you just said there. It's not a crying Indian. It's a crying Italian-American dressed in Indian clothing.
That is true.
Gosh, that's brutal.
Yeah, we got to take a break, I guess. We're going to close things out with the post-game wrap-up from TV's Andy Levy. To see clips of recent shows, go to foxnews.com/redeye. Don't forget to catch me on the O'Reilly Factor Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Why am I telling you this now? Because we're going to be bumped for the next 3 nights for live coverage of the royal wedding. That's right, 2 Kansas City Royals are getting married.
Really?
It's about time.
That's huge for Major League Baseball.
They got to go to Vermont, though, to do it because they're not allowing it in Missouri.
Don't do any steroids before the wedding night, guys.
Come on, guys. All right, a brand new Red Eye returns Friday. Hey, Andy, it's time for your post-game wrap-up.
Hey, thanks, Greg.
Sure.
Hey, Michael, you going to be in Fort Lauderdale at the end of the month?
I am. It's so weird that you should bring that up. It will be Fort Lauderdale Improv this Friday and Saturday, the 28th and 29th, or the 29th and 30th. I don't know what the days exactly are, but it's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I'm out of breath.
All right. Nick, what's so important about June 28th that you won't shut the hell up about it?
June 28th is the publication date of the Declaration of Independence, How Libertarian Politics Can Fix What's Wrong with America, by myself and Matt Welch, my better half in personal life as well as public life.
All right. Ron Paul or Gary Johnson?
What?
Ron Paul or Gary Johnson?
Do I have to choose?
Yes, right now.
Ron Paul.
You have 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds, and I have to go to Ann.
I'll go with Gary Johnson on that one.
Me too. Yeah. And I understand there's a rumor that you have a new book coming out.
Why, yes, I do. Thank you for asking, Andy. June 7th. And, of course, I'll be doing the opening interview here on Red Eye.
Yay.
Excellent.
Demonic. Who is it about?
Pretty soon after the opening interview.
Who might this book be about if it is called Demonic?
That's top secret.
Is it an erotic memoir?
Yes, it is.
Is it a devil from Kenya?
Is it protected by the... Anne, will this book be protected by the First Amendment?
Yes, it's all speech.
Okay.
All right, Andy.
It's not actually speech, it's print.
I said words.
Okay.
Bye, Andy.
Bye.
Ann, always a pleasure. Bill Schultz,
Thank
you're a
you.
disgusting human being. Nick Gillespie, a delight. Michael McDonald, hope you had a good time.
I did.
We enjoyed having you here.
Thank
Now
you.
we're going to do the real show.
Okay, good.
I'm Greg Gutfeld.